Beverly Hills, Los Angeles. Before I continue, please hit like and subscribe. I was 2 when my rich uncle adopted me and took me to his huge mansion. I was bigger than most kids my age, but he accepted me with all his heart. Unlike his son, Rusty. Rusty was 6 years older, and even though he had everything, it wasn't enough because he wanted it all for himself. We shared our birthdays, so when I turned 3, Uncle threw us a joint party. Why does she get the bigger cake? Isn't she big enough already?
Don't be mean. It's Delilah's first birthday with us. Now, smile for the pictures.
But Rusty just threw the cake and walked off. I felt so bad.
I don't think he likes me.
Oh, sweetie, don't worry. He'll come around.
But he never did. If anything, Rusty became more bitter. I did great at school, while all he did was laze around. So Uncle started paying me more attention, and he hated that. When I was 10, I won the state spelling bee competition, and Uncle took me to an amusement park to celebrate. I was very excited, till the operator refused to let me on one of the rides.
This is not for teens, it's for kids only.
Yeah. Of course, I knew that. I just wanted to see how the rides worked. I'll leave. Did he think I was a teen? I'm only 10. I darted faster than a bullet as the crowd stared. And after that day, I started getting more conscious of my height. I was 13 and almost 5 feet 11 inches, which was weird for my age. I was taller than most boys in my class. I didn't let that get to me, but it gave Rusty a chance to pick on me. He would call me Giant, Bigfoot, whatever came to his mind. To make up for his behavior, Uncle gave me the biggest room in the house and stuffed it with gifts and toys.
Sure, she needs a bigger room. With that size.
You don't have to be so mean, okay? I know I'm tall, but you're dumb and I never make fun of that.
Hugh, I will get you for this.
He chased me for an hour but couldn't come close. Who knew I could run like that? I wanted to see how good I was, so I started practicing with the track team, and soon I beat everyone. My long legs made me super fast. This was awesome! Uncle was proud, but it pissed Rusty off, and he went completely off the rails. He failed 12th grade twice and blew all his money on his girlfriends without blinking. One evening, Uncle had to bail him out of jail in the middle of the night for stealing exam papers. Luckily, he was the school trustee, so Rusty only got suspended for a week.
Why do you embarrass me like this? Where did I go wrong? Oh, that's easy. You got her at home, and you forgot about your son.
That's not true. Uncle loves you just as he loves me.
Don't act like you're part of this family, and never interrupt me again. Enough!
Uncle and Rusty had a huge fight that night, and a week later, Rusty went to London to finish college. I never saw him again, and he hardly called home. I didn't miss him much, but Uncle did, and it made me sad to see him unhappy. Things went back to normal in a few years. At 17, I was a whopping 6 feet and the tallest girl in school. People would stare at me all the time and say the weirdest things.
Can you even hear me up there? Or should I scream?
Wow, where do you buy your clothes from? The tent shop? All my clothes are limited edition, and that makes me unique, while you're just so common. I didn't let anyone talk me down, but it still bothered me. I wanted to buy cute clothes and wear pretty shoes, but nothing fit me. One time in the mall, I was window shopping when a flying figure went past me, getting chased by some guards. Let me go! I need this! I couldn't see who the girl was, so I walked closer, but I tripped on a huge rack and all the clothes fell on our heads. Guards got distracted and lost their grip, and she ran away. And I ended up paying for all the ruined clothes that didn't even fit me. Later that day, I saw my uncle packing up when I went home. Are we going somewhere?
No, dear, I am. We're opening a new business in Greece, and I'll be out for a month.
But can I come with you? I want you to... The worst news of my life. The day my uncle left, I felt super... Later that day, I saw my uncle packing up when I went home. Are we going somewhere?
No, dear, I am. We're opening a new business in Greece, and I'll be out for a month.
But can I come with you?
I want you to concentrate on your school and practice. I'll be back before you know it.
The day my uncle left, I felt super weird. I'd never been on my own. And a week later, I got the worst news of my life. My uncle's secretary told me he'd caught a rare fever and was on total bed rest. Doctors had no idea how long it would take him to recover. I was devastated and wanted to visit Uncle, but no one was allowed near him since the fever was contagious. So I decided to concentrate on my finals, but after my last exam, I came home to Rusty and a girl who looked oddly familiar. What are you doing here?
This is my home, and I can come by whenever I want. By the way, this is Gina, my girlfriend, and the queen of this house.
I looked at Gina, but she ignored me completely. Rude. Later that day, when I crossed their room, I heard her arguing with Rusty. You have a sister? You never told me about her.
She wasn't worth mentioning, and she won't stay here for long.
Before I could hear anything else, the maid showed up and I left. For the entire week, I noticed that Gina was an odd duck. She stayed all day in her room. Whenever she came out, she would scream at the servants and run back up. One time, I was in my room when Gina walked in. Empty your room. I need more closet space. You can't just walk in here and ask me to do stuff. Get it? Suddenly, she started screaming for Rusty. And that's when it hit me. She was the same girl from the mall. Wait a minute. I know you. You're...
What is it, darling?
I thought you were rich, but my room here is smaller than my bathroom. I need more space, so move her. I'm not going anywhere.
You are, and you will. Or you can pack your bags and get out. Your choice.
What? You can't do that.
Now that Dad's not here, I'm your legal guardian. So, if you want to keep running or going to school, stop bugging me and get moving.
Ugh, so annoying. I immediately wanted to call my uncle, but he was too sick to bother, so I kept my head low and started packing. Before I left, I kept a parting gift for Gina and laughed my butt off when she went around crying over her half-eaten clothes. Much deserved. That night, I searched for Gina on the internet, but the girl was a dead end. I knew she was lying, but there was something else she was hiding. Something big. I could feel it. The next morning, I found Rusty alone and tried to warn him. Your girlfriend is a liar.
And you're giving me a headache.
I'm serious. I saw her stealing from the mall just last month.
Gina's family is one of the richest in London. She doesn't need to steal. You can fool my dad, but not me. I'm smarter. I need Gina. Don't screw this up or I'll be your worst nightmare.
Rusty walked away, and I couldn't help thinking about how this was possible. I was almost certain I'd seen her. But if Gina was rich, then maybe I was mistaken. This was so confusing. I shrugged the thoughts away and left for school. But I was super distracted that day during practice and twisted my ankle while running. I couldn't walk, so the school called someone to pick me up. And Gina showed up. You should have just sent a driver. I was in the neighborhood. Now come on, I don't have all day. She helped me to the car and I tried to talk to her, but she was on her phone the entire ride home. And the moment we got home, she ran to her room without even helping me out. What was wrong with her? For the next week, I rested at home. And every time I would try to get close to Gina's room, Rusty would ask me to back off. He was so paranoid that he had guards outside her room. Is she a princess? Why do you need so much security? Jeez.
That's none of your business. She's my girlfriend, and I'll do whatever she wants. Buzz off.
The more Rusty said stuff like that, the more curious I got. He didn't love anyone but himself. So all this newfound love for Gina was very weird. I wanted to know more, but soon after, the coach started training us for international track events, and I got busy. Sometime later, Uncle's secretary informed us that they were moving him to a bigger facility, and Gina threw a party the same day. Guess you're very happy that Uncle's not coming back anytime soon, right? What? No, it's my mom's birthday. Really? Then how come she's not here? Because she's not around anymore. Gina started tearing up as she ran upstairs, and just then Rusty showed up.
I knew it. What did you say to her?
Relax. I'm sorry. I think I may have stepped over a line. I'll apologize.
You better, or I won't give you permission to run track. Get that?
I went upstairs to find Gina sobbing in her room with her mom's picture. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know how you feel. I grew up without my parents too. I just miss her a lot. Even though she can't be with me, I throw her a party every year. My mom loved birthdays. Gina and I chatted for a bit, and I realized she wasn't as bad as I thought. I could see how deeply she missed her mom, which made me feel connected to her. Maybe I judged her too soon. Gina warmed up to me after that, and we often hung out. But soon, I noticed how she'd only talk to me when Rusty wasn't around. I asked her one day, and she gave me the weirdest reply. Oh no, I'm just taking a break from all the wedding preparations. Wow, I had no idea. Do we have a date? We wanted to wait for his dad to come back. Gina sounded super excited, but when I asked Rusty about it, he shrugged it off.
Didn't I ask you to keep your tall head out of my business?
Just don't break her heart, okay?
Whatever.
I knew he wouldn't listen to me, but I had to try. Gina deserved better than this moron. A few days later, we had the school dance, and I decided not to go. No boy in school had asked me out yet, and showing up alone was humiliating. When Gina heard, she volunteered to tag along. I don't know what's more embarrassing, not having a date or having your almost sister-in-law as a date. Just keep your head high and you'll rock. I followed her advice and was having a great time, till I heard someone screaming from the other side of the room. It was Gina howling at a girl from my class. Don't you get tired of bullying each other? So she's a little tall. She's way better than all of you, including these frat boys you crush on. You can't match her at all. Literally. I pulled her away, but she continued shouting till we reached the entrance. What was that all about? These people were saying weird stuff about you. I couldn't take it. I'm used to it, and I can take my own stand. I know, it's just that I was bullied as a kid, and this stuff gets to me. Okay, forget about it. We're here, so let's enjoy the dance. Come on. Gina and I danced the night away without giving a fig about anyone, and had the best time. And a week later, I got busy with track practice. I had back-to-back events, and the coach was very tough on us. But it all paid off when I got selected. I immediately called my uncle, but his phone went straight to voicemail. I was excited to tell Gina about it, but I came home to loud noises coming from Rusty's office. How could you do this to me?
You thought this was forever? Your job here is done. Pack your stuff and leave.
Gina stormed out furiously. I was sure Rusty must have backed out of the wedding, and I wanted to make sure she was okay, so I followed her. I saw her enter a hospital and go into a room with a frail woman. Machines beeped around everywhere as she smiled at Gina.
Oh, it's been so long. My darling daughter, Shelley.
I'm sorry it took so long, Mom. I have to wrap something up, and after that, I'll get you out of here soon enough. So her name was Shelley? And her mom was alive? Who was this person, and what did she want? I had so many questions. I wanted to go inside, but looking at her mother's condition, I decided to wait for her at home. But there, I had another surprise waiting for me. Uncle was home, and he was going ballistic on Rusty over some papers. Uncle, you're back! How are you? I was so stressed when I found out about your illness.
I was fine, Delilah. In fact, I was more than okay.
What do you mean?
I'm ashamed to even say this, but my own son got me kidnapped for property. Thankfully, the police found me just in time.
Kidnapped? How is that possible? I spoke to your secretary.
He wasn't my secretary. I went there alone.
Uncle sat me down and told me that someone had stolen his phone before he got on the plane, and then on his way home, he was kidnapped. A few months back, Rusty had called him up asking for $1 million, and when Uncle refused to pay him, he planned to get him kidnapped and force him to sign the company over. I looked at Rusty in shock, and he didn't show any remorse.
Yeah, so I did it. You gave everything to her, leaving me with nothing.
Then I met Gina,
And she's so freaking rich. So with her help, I could have thrown you both out.
You're so evil. Who would do that to their own father? Someone who doesn't care about anyone but himself.
I thought I told you to leave, Gina.
Call me Shelley, and I'm not your slave, and I'm not rich either. Gina told us how Rusty was a wanted con man in London who'd scammed many people, including her dad. So she pretended to be rich so she could date him, help him sell the company, and leave with the money. The money he stole was for my mom's surgery. We fell into debt paying her hospital bills. I wanted to get back at him, but he tried to fool me again. I told the police where your uncle was. That doesn't make it right, Gina. You lied to us. But you helped Uncle, and for that, I'm thankful. As Uncle called the police and Gina sobbed, I saw Rusty sneaking out with the papers, but I grabbed him just in time.
Think you can outrun me?
You wish. Rusty got arrested for kidnapping and embezzlement. Gina got called in for questioning and received a 6-month sentence for helping Rusty, after which we paid her mother's treatment and even compensated other people Rusty had conned. Soon, it was time to leave for my international track events, and my uncle came to drop me off.
Make me proud.
Haven't I always? Uncle hugged me, and it felt like home. Atlanta, please like and subscribe. When I was a kid, my parents and I had adventures all the time. We played hide and seek, we fought monsters in our backyard, and I even saved Mom from a mean old pirate who tried to steal the last piece of pie. My life was fantastic, but when I turned 3, Mom gave birth to an evil witch named Genevieve. From the moment Jen was born, she used her beady blue eyes to cast a spell on my parents and turn them into her evil minions.
Genevieve, we love you more than anything in the world. Here you go, honey.
Hey, I was playing with that.
Jen started walking at 9 months old. At 2, she could write her own name, and at 3, she could do the alphabet without making any mistakes. When Jen was 7, she won her first national spelling bee. She got a huge cash prize, and the reporter came over to interview her for the cover story of a magazine.
I'd like to thank my parents. I couldn't have done this without them.
We're so lucky to have a genius daughter. She's our pride and joy.
My parents kept gushing about Jen for hours as I sat in the corner. When the reporter finally said it was time for pictures, I joined my family for a photo. But Jen insisted that I stay out of it. My parents tried reasoning with her, but she was beyond reason.
It's my moment, and she'll ruin my image with her stupidity vibe. Like my brain sees pictures with this special lens, and I'll be able to feel her dumbness every time I look at the pictures. I can't explain how my brain works. Just make her go.
So Mom gave me some money for ice cream and told me to wait outside while the photo shoot happened. A couple of months later, I came home from school and found Jen sitting on my bed, and all my stuff was gone.
Mom and Dad said I could switch. This room's bigger and has more space for my trophies.
But this is my room.
Mom, Dad, make Jen give me my room back.
Lola, stop being ridiculous. You don't need a room this size. You don't have any trophies.
Jeannie, do you need anything? Should I put up some more shelves? A new bookcase?
I was so mad, I threw myself on the ground and started screaming.
This sucks. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. I'll show you. I'll get a new family that will appreciate me.
I stormed out of the house. I got to the driveway and realized I had nowhere to go, so I decided to hide out in my treehouse. But then something crazy happened. My stomach started rumbling, and I searched through my pockets to find a candy bar. Then out of nowhere, this girl appeared and snatched it out of my hand. Hey, that's mine.
This is my treehouse. Get out. I don't see your name on it. It's written right there.
Oh, then the strange girl wrote the word Madison on the wall.
I guess we're roommates now. We'll just have to share.
Then she tossed me half the candy bar. Madison and I spent the rest of the day together, and she was pretty wild. She told me about all the adventures she'd had in the neighborhood.
I found a skeleton in the neighbor's backyard.
No way!
The old lady across the street is an alien. I saw a spaceship in her garage.
Madison made up fun games for us to play. We had a spitball fight and threw water balloons at the neighbors as they walked by. Then my mean old parents told me to come inside for dinner. They didn't even miss me or remember that I'd been upset. After that, when I wasn't at school or watching Janet's spelling bees, I'd run out to the treehouse and spend time with Madison. One time, we were pretending to have a sword fight in the backyard.
It's over for you, Madison. Give up now. You'll never take me alive.
Suddenly, Jen appeared out of nowhere.
Lola, who are you talking to?
Madison, duh. Who's that? I turned around to introduce Madison, but she seemed to have vanished into thin air.
She was just here.
Must have scared her off with your mean vibes. I thought Jen would say something, but she just gave me a weird look.
I think you're old enough to not have an imaginary friend.
And went back inside, and Madison instantly reappeared beside me.
Where did you go?
I didn't want to meet your stupid sister.
And there, I got you. You're dead.
When I was 12, I started junior high school, and it was the worst. All the girls were more interested in boys and makeup than building pillow forts or searching for hidden treasures. I had nothing in common with any of them, and most of them thought I was weird. I was pretty lonely. Then Madison started sneaking into my school. She'd make funny faces and tell the best jokes.
Madison, you're hilarious. Stop, please. I'm gonna pee my pants.
Who's Madison? Is she talking to the wall? Madison told me cool stories, and she was such a gossip. She knew everything about everyone, and she always had my back whenever a bully tried to mess with me. Having her around made me stronger and braver. Hey, ugly, get out of my way.
Who are you calling ugly? You look like a rat, and your breath smells like poo.
Once I was cast in a school play, and I had to do this huge monologue. My parents didn't even bother to come because Jen had a spelling competition the same day. I was so nervous I could barely speak, but then Madison showed up to cheer me on. I shook off my nerves and gave the best performance ever. I told my parents all about it, but they didn't care. The next day, they dragged me to another one of Jen's boring competitions. Madison brought a bag of ants, and we let them loose on stage. Jen and all the other kids freaked out and ran around screaming. It was hilarious. Then one day, things took a turn. For my 15th birthday, me and my family went on vacation, but when we got back home, I realized that Madison Madison was gone. I searched for her everywhere. The treehouse, at school, and all over the house. She didn't show up. Madison, where are you? What the heck are you screaming about? I can't even hear myself think. I can't find Madison. What are you, 4? Why do you keep acting like Madison is real? She's real to me. Look, I'm really busy, but do you want to talk? I know you're lonely and have trouble making friends, but this isn't healthy. I'm totally fine. Just leave me alone and go back to your books. If it wasn't bad enough that Madison had just left me, Jen soon got moved up to my class because she was so smart, and all the other kids instantly loved her. Is it true? You can spell every word in the dictionary? Yeah, almost. I am an international spelling champion. Ugh, please. What was so impressive about spelling anyway? When was being able to spell the word crustaceology useful? Then one morning, the most popular girl in our class, Emily, handed out invitations to her birthday party. Hey, you forgot to give me my invitation. Sorry, no freaks allowed. Then she whispered to Jen, just loud enough for me to hear. I can't believe you're related to her. I hope you can come. It's gonna be the best party ever. I don't think I have any contests that weekend, so I should be able to make it. I watched as all the other kids waved their invites around. After school, I walked home and stopped at the candy store to cheer myself up. Just then, I caught this boy staring at me. Then he started following me around the store. I led him down an aisle, hid behind a display case, and when he wasn't looking, I tackled him and put him in a headlock.
Ouch, that hurts.
What's your problem? Why are you following me? He reached behind me and pulled off a huge piece of paper that was taped to my back with the word loser written in bold black letters. I was so embarrassed. Then all of a sudden, I started to cry like a big baby.
What's wrong?
My life stinks. My best friend abandoned me. My family doesn't like me. And all the kids at school think I'm a freak and a loser.
You're not a loser.
You don't even know me.
I just have a feeling you're pretty cool and someone I'd like to know better.
His name was Hunter, and he was really cute, and we had a ton of things in common. We loved the same books and movies, and he made me laugh a lot. We quickly became friends, and having him around made me feel a lot less lonely. The more time I spent with Hunter, the more I started to like him. He never once compared me to Jen, and he always listened to me, even when I went on a full-on rant about how my parents gave Jen a brand new laptop on my birthday, and I just got some cheap shoes. Then one day, my parents called me into the kitchen for a family meeting. Guess what, Lola? I got into St. Florence's Academy. Isn't that incredible?
Jen, we're so proud of you. We can't wait to start our new life in Chicago.
Chicago? What? No way! I'm not moving there. I'm not leaving Hunter. Lola, don't be selfish. You'll find plenty of new friends in Chicago. I don't need to make new friends. I already have a friend here. I'm not moving. I stormed off to my room. 10 minutes later, Jen showed up at my door. Can we talk? Why? Have you found more ways to ruin my life? That's not fair. You want to talk about fair? Ever since you were born, you've taken everything away from me. My parents, my toys, my room, and now my only real friend. I know I wasn't very nice to you when we were kids, but I've tried reaching out to you after that to talk or help you out with your issues, but you just shut me out. Issues? My only issue is you. I'm sorry you feel that way. Yeah, right. Emily's throwing me a going away party tomorrow night. Come if you want, or just sit in your room being bitter. It's up to you. Jen put the invitation on my bed and left. I was pissed at her, but I'd never been invited to a party before. My heart ached at the thought of leaving Hunter behind and never seeing him again. Hunter was more than my best friend. I felt I was in love with him. I invited Hunter to the party, and he agreed to go. The party was at Emily's mansion, and it was so much fun. The food was great, the music was spectacular, and the best thing of all was that Hunter was there with me. Then a slow song played. It was the perfect moment to tell Hunter how I felt. You want to dance?
Sure.
Dancing with Hunter was so romantic. He held me tight, and his cologne smelled so good. I looked up into his eyes. I like you.
I like you too.
You want to kiss me?
I really do.
We had the most magical kiss, but then something strange happened. I opened my eyes to find everyone staring and laughing and pointing at me, and Hunter was gone. Hunter? Lola, what's wrong? Where's Hunter? He was right there. I started to panic. Where could he have gone?
Hey, look at the freak making out with her invisible boyfriend.
Emily pointed at a huge screen on the wall. A video of me dancing alone and kissing the air played on a loop. I wished I could curl up into a tiny little ball and roll away. I ran out of there in tears and went straight to my treehouse. Minutes later, I heard a knock, and Jen walked in. happen? Lola, please talk to me. Tell me what's going on with you.
I thought Hunter was a real boy I was in love with.
How stupid is that? I'm a freak and a loser like everyone says. No, you're not. You just found a way to cope with your loneliness. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Now you know the truth and you can move forward. Move forward to what? No one cares about me. I do. From now on, I'll be here for whenever you need me, I swear. And we're gonna teach Emily a lesson. Jen and I went to my dad's butcher shop and grabbed a bunch of raw meat. Then we went back to Emily's house.
Hey, Jen. Hey, crazy. You still looking for the invisible boy?
No, we just wanted to give you a gift.
A gift for me? What is it?
Then Jen and I dumped the raw meat on Emily's head. She screamed like a banshee as Jen and I went away laughing. The next day, as the last of the moving trucks were being loaded, I made one last visit to the treehouse, and suddenly both Madison and Hunter appeared. How come you're both here now? Will you stay for long this time?
We just came to say goodbye. We don't think you need us anymore.
You have a chance to start over. Let other people get to know you. They don't know what they're missing. You're a super cool friend. Thanks, you guys. You were there when I needed you the most.
Goodbye, Lola, and good luck.
It was sad to watch them leave for good, but it felt like it was time. We moved to Chicago, and Jen was true to her word. We started spending more time together, and I realized Jen didn't have the perfect life after all. I'm so tired of spelling bees. I only do the competition to make extra money for mom and dad. I just want to be a normal teenager for once and live my life without so much pressure. You should tell them how you feel. I've got your back. I stood by Jen when she told her parents she wanted to stop doing spelling bees. After that, Jen and I grew even closer. I finally had a real best friend, and she just happened to be my genius little sister.